And when you elevate it all, it will reduce your driving speed.
Yeah.
See? And then if you tilt so far back, so you don't go back quite as far. If you tilt so far back, it will make it where you can't drive at all.
Yeah.
It goes red.
But a patient would just sit here like this to just give them the relief that they need on their body.
It's how much higher you are. Now we're almost eye level.
Yeah.
Socially, it's a big deal.
We're doing nothing but complex sin.
I love it.
Yeah. We'll give the patient what they need.
All right, we're over here with Amy. And she has got the basic consumer power chair with the arm flipped up. Working right along.
Okay, yes ma'am.
Okay, we're recording. Well, happy wheelchair day. We are finished with our wheelchair day, and now we're going to start with try to get some interviews and some suggestions and etc. So here we go with Miss Angel Hunt. Is this the first time in a wheelchair for all day?
Yes.
Tell me about the manual wheelchairs. What was your favorite?
The K5.
The rigid frame K5?
Yes.
The Quickie GT?
The Quickie,
That was the Sunrise Quickie GT?
Yes.
Why was it your favorite?
Lighter weight, easier to move, more comfortable. It was just a much better chair.
Okay.
Than the K4.
And that's what I was going to ask next. What is your least favorite?
The K4.
And that was a Invacare 9000 XT.
Yes.
And why was it your least favorite?
Oh my gosh, let's see here. Couldn't get my legs under the desk. Even if I used, and of course I didn't have a cushion, you know, the space was very limited for me. Even if the chair was lowered, we discussed that, my feet would drag the floor then, be on the floor. It was just very limited space with the chair, even at my workstation. I kept running into the desk a lot. I got a few places I got to fix. But it, let's see. And it started hurting my shoulders and back, especially my back. One thing that I learned that no matter, out of every one of these chairs, there has to be an assessment done.
Yes.
You know, I'm a person with long legs, and I had problems in every one of them except for the complex, just because it had tilt, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
So if you was recommending, from a user point of view, a manual wheelchair, do you see a lot of benefits with the K5 over the K4?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that you would want to go into a K5 wheelchair if you was going to be using it every day for your primary means of mobility?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have one answer for all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, the same thing. Everyone needs power. Power.
That's awesome.
Complex. That's what complex
Oh, I love
power.
it. That is so funny.
Complex
Complex power.
power.
That is hilarious.
Everybody.
You're funny. Love it. We have fun here.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about power chair. The complex power. And that was a Quantum Q6000Z with power tilt and power seat elevate. And why would you say it was your favorite?
Oh, it's just more comfortable. You had a lot more capabilities with it. Even with the recline, you could just feel the pressure being relieved off of your bottom, your hips. It's just an overall better chair for anybody, I think.
And so the least favorite would be the
K4.
Or the of the power chair.
Oh gosh.
The Jazzy Select Elite.
Yes.
Group 2 consumer power.
Yeah, and there again, assessment needs to be done because the seat itself was the depth of it was not suitable for me.
It's too shallow.
Yeah, too shallow.
Versus power. Which one do you find easier? Power.
Power for sure, because you're not working your arms all the time and then putting the strain on your shoulders and back. You know, you're just sitting there pushing, you know, the joystick for the power. But I mean, the K5, that Quickie, I mean, that was a nice chair.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Overall, tell us about some other things just by being in a wheelchair that you found. Just talk about, you know, just doing your work, getting to the bathroom, getting to the refrigerator, just overall experience of being in a wheelchair. What kind of experiences would you like to share?
It was very difficult. I mean, you have a better understanding of someone being and having to sit in a chair all day long. You know, I made coffee in a one-arm drive this morning. by the way, did pretty good. But I do have long arms. But, getting into the refrigerator, out of the refrigerator to the bathroom, you just don't really realize what a person has to go through every day.
And what about the time involved with it?
It's a lot of time. Yeah, and trying to work and then having to go to the fax, having to go to the file, and that alone took up so much time having to do that. That if there was somebody at home in a wheelchair all day long, what all are they getting accomplished during the daytime having to be in a chair?
And that's in our home environment. We're on tile floor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add? Any comments?
I just, I have a whole different view for sure about people having to be in a wheelchair. I know for myself that if I ever have to be in one, I'm still want as much independence as I can.
Right.
And I hope that, a company such as us could put that patient in the right type of chair that they need to be in. Because
makes a huge difference.
Yes, because you just can't look at somebody and assume, oh, they need this or they need, they need that just to try to get the money. They need to be put in something that's going to benefit them and provide them the independence that they need, and just make their whole life so much better. That's why we're here.
That's right. Thank you so much, Angel Hunt. Great job.
Empower everyone.
All right. Here's Amy Elliott on Wheelchair Day. Thank you, Amy, for participating in Wheelchair Day.
Thank you.
So the first question is this the first time in a wheelchair all day?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about manual wheelchairs. What was your favorite?
My favorite was actually the K5.
Which one? The folded frame or the rigid frame?
I like the folded frame.
Really?
I mean, I like the I guess by the way it sat, it didn't have so much squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so that is the Invacare ProSpin X4?
Yeah, I felt like that one allowed me to sit up straight.
Okay.
Posture-wise, that one felt more comfortable for me. The rigid frame was, I think, a little bit easier possibly to maneuver, but I didn't like the way it sat down so low.
I got you.
My posture didn't feel quite
It just wasn't configured to you properly. That's
yeah.
basically it.
But
Okay.
it was very, very light and really easy to maneuver.
Okay.
So,
What about your least favorite chair?
K4.
The 9000 XT?
Yeah.
Okay.
I consider myself to be fairly strong up top, and that really took a lot out. Within 15 minutes, my arms were tired.
Just made it harder to propel.
I'm going to go with the K5.
Really? The
Just-
ProSpin X4?
Yeah.
Thought it was a little easier to use at work?
Well, I mean, I would say for me, working, to get around quicker, I think if you're going to be an active person, I think a K5. If you're going to be someone that's around the house.
Yeah, because that's something they talked about.
Yeah.
Either it's transportation issues,
Yeah.
trying to get a power chair
So,
to and from your workspace.
because it was easier for me to get underneath my desk and turn around and go back and get something from the filing cabinet. K5 was a little bit easier.
Okay.
But
What about overall? Tell me about your day being in a wheelchair. What's some things that you found out that maybe you didn't realize before, or just going to the bathroom, going to the refrigerator, etc.?
I think it took longer. Everything took a really long time. Just having to adjust to absolutely every single thing that you do. I think I take for granted for everything that it's just so easy to go up and go to the bathroom. Well, when you're in a wheelchair, there's a lot more involved just to
Right.
go to the bathroom or go get something out of a filing cabinet. Just a simple turn, is a lot harder when you're in a wheelchair.
What about carrying things? Do you find that to be difficult, or?
Yes, because you have to try and set it in your lap and carry it with you, or if you have hot coffee or cold drink, try and maneuver it to where you can't, what you want to spill it on yourself.
What about when the FedEx driver and the UPS driver came in and they said, what was their first reaction? What's wrong with you? Or what's, I mean, how did that make you feel how would you think you would feel if you was a wheelchair user permanently? And and that's the first question is what happened or what's wrong with you?
I probably, try my best to laugh it off,
Yeah.
but ultimately, after you probably replay that back in your head later on and probably make you sad. And
You think
throughout the day.
people notice more the wheelchair than they notice you, for sure?
Yeah.
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 Anything else you'd like to share with us, Amy Elliott? Any comments? Anything that?
Just need to get, if you've got some independence issues that you want to try and get resolved, then definitely go power if you're needing something where you can't walk and get around as much as you'd like. If you're an active user and still have good upper body strength, then definitely get into a K5. Do not mess with a K4.
Yes.
So
big difference.
It is awful. It's awful.
I love it.
Unless
Awesome.
you're like some kind of bodybuilder that can withstand all that upper body strength and have big old muscles out to here. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amy Elliott. Happy Wheelchair Day.